What's the TV saying today? What's the news saying today? Time for a special edition of Discovery Town Detectives. On these irregularly broadcast specials, we share limited edition items that are all the rage. Today, we're talking about the Angel Tart from the Taisho store. It's available till Christmas. Oh, I love Angel Tarts. Even if I have to wait in a long line, I'll buy them. When I see these on the shelf at the store, it makes me feel like the Christmas is almost here. Heck ye. Hello, Sojiro. Sojiro, hug! Like, he couldn't have realized it. And would that really help us? Because what would he do if he realized, oh god, I'm with a Phantom Thief? Like, would he try to prevent me from going out initially? Or would he have just been the same? Like, frankly, what would it have changed, Sojiro, if you'd noticed sooner? Nothing, probably. How would that have changed the situation at all? I don't think it would have. And I want to hug Sojiro for that. And I always want to hug everyone that beats themselves up for things. At all, period. It's also been a challenge of mine in the past. You see how I'm cautiously tiptoeing over words? I didn't even want to say struggling. You know why? Because the moment you keep using that language, you keep giving the things that used to have control over you power so they can keep being in control over you. Or at the very least, that's how those words seem to work with my brain. I don't know if that's really true for most humans, even, but a lot of things don't seem to be true for most humans compared to bees. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm weird, cool, whatever. Anyway, and it's just one of those many ways that seems to be true to me. Of course, I don't really know how true that is, because it's not like I can actually really understand what all is in anyone else's mind, because the only one I'm really experiencing with any true totality is my own, and that is the only one I can experience that way, you know what I mean? Some philosophical and, deep Durgan thoughts for your day, because I just love thinking about that shit, you know? Durgan and Treewick. Alright, I don't know why I went outside, frankly, but let's talk to these kids. I changed what middle school I'm gonna try to get into. Now I'll try to enter an even better one. What? I thought you changed your mind all of a sudden. Isn't it too late to do that now? I have to make my parents pay for throwing away my stuff, so I made a bet with them. If I make it into a better middle school, then they have to buy me everything they threw out again. Oh, that's so cool. It's like what they say on the news, even people deserve to be punished. Kids being kids, am I right, though? But hey, it's kind of funny that he decided to focus on school in the end, even though, kid logic, man. It's fun. It's interesting. What are you looking at, jerk? By the way, I find it interesting that that's definitely a quintessential, stereotypical black person voice. What are you looking at, jerk? I feel really bad trying to impersonate that as a white person, but anyway, you all know what I mean. It's interesting they put that in a game that's set in Japan. But anyway, of course I had to use different kinds of American voices for the voiceover, so it makes sense. An angry dude yelling, you know what I mean? It makes sense. But anywho, what is Dergy gonna do tonight? Let's go look-see at his options for people, if any. Akihabara. Mishima's not around. Not starting her yet. Station Square, he's not around either. Young and Jai, I don't know why I'm even trying to look, because I know that Takemi is never available at night. It's really looking like, again, I could start one of these other confidants, but I'm going to take this opportunity for check for curry. Also, there's probably been some nights that I forgot to check for curry ingredients, but oh well. Yay! Curry!
What do you want to do?
Let's do it!
Make sure you close up.
Seems to be going well so far. By the way, where's that brown sauce?
Let me explain.
Ah, the Worcestershire sauce. This handy condiment adds acidity and richness to the curry. It's perfect for enhancing the flavor profile of a dish. Oyster sauce can be used the same way. These sauces add a mature, deep flavor, as if you simmered the curry overnight. Worcestershire sauce, huh? I can barely even pronounce it. You throw it all together with such gusto. Could be the secret ingredient is confidence, as they say. I really love reading all these trivia things, but by the Dergy, bye. Nice, the curry's smelling good. This will definitely be a hit.
Yes!
All right.
Oh,
You look awfully proud of yourself. Thank you, Morgana. Master Curry. Yeah,
well then.
we should rest for now. Heck, ye sounds like a Durgun plan, friend.
Hey!
Ah, we're able to grab a seat. Let's see. Do we have any touristy stuff to read that we actually, like, you know, are gonna get things from? Left. Let's see. Musty Pages. A guide that lets you feel the atmosphere of the antique bookstore, which I feel like Makoto might be interested in. Once I turned the corner, there were, and yep, this one's new too. This. There were used bookstores everywhere I looked. Jimbocho, huh? By the way, let me know people more versed in Japanese than I am, because I only learned Japanese from, well, games like this, anime, etc. The usual American weeb thing, you know what I mean? I don't really know anything about it other than being able to piece together how things are pronounced, and, you know, what certain words mean, and that kind of a thing, and, you know, some basic stuff other than that from anime and stuff, and from some YouTube videos on Japanese stuff, just because I was interested. But anyway, whoops. Even the shops look old, not just the books. The quaint charm has quite an appeal. It seems like a nice place to explore with somebody. Who knows, you might find some good... I have a feeling Makoto might like it. We'll see, though. We will see if that's an option whenever I go on more dates with her, because now I'm going to start making that a regular thing. Because, frankly... I'm not even probably. I've noticed through doing my. So if I finish reading Musty Pages, indeed. But yeah, I've noticed through doing my Here, I'll finish that thought later. There's a lot of used bookstores hidden in the city, but the ones in Jimbocho are at another level. There's so many of them. Famous for its Booktown shopping district with great curry to boot. Domes and spice. Old books piled high at the specialty shops are truly a sight to behold.
Alright.
You now have information on our new hangout spot, Jimbocho Booktown. You can now invite people who may like it there to hang out with you. I bet Makoto might, we'll see. But, yeah. I don't remember what I was saying before anyway, now. Alright. Oh well. Furthermore, you can go by yourself for some shopping if you so desire. It's kind of interesting, you can actually move that map around a little, like, while it's exiting out, and I don't think that's intended. That might be a little bit of a really inconsequential bug. And the only way I noticed that was because I was constantly moving my stick around. Because I just do that sometimes when I have nothing to do in a game. And when I'm just talking, I usually have to do something with my hands when I'm talking. Like, if you know me, you know that I can't never not move. I'm moving. That is how I exist, unless I'm sleeping, I'm moving. In some capacity. But anyway. You should invite someone to go sometime. Be careful not to knock over any piles of books, okay? Oh, God. Oh, we're almost at the station. I'd say that was an efficient use of your time. Thank you, Morgana. I'd say you're awesome, friend. And I know you would, too. You're freaking full of yourself, kitty, but we love you for that.
Today we're going over
the fact that I am a bitch. I mean, what? Now then, please open your textbooks. Today we'll be learning about trigonometric function. Okay, so trigonometry. Trigonometric? Let me know if that's pronounced that way, friends. Here I am trying to parse out a word in English instead of paying any attention to what she's talking about math-wise. I think you can kind of figure out what my favorite and least favorite subject probably were in high school here. Sine, cosine, and tangent. This is where a lot of people aren't able to keep up. Why would you just panic from seeing a graph? I don't get it. Well, if you're really, really bad at math and you've been traumatized by the effect of it, and by people making fun of you for it, maybe. Because, yeah, raise his hand, bitch. A complicated formula gets condensed down to a single line. Isn't it simple and elegant? Well, to people like you, yes. To me, it's just something that destroys my brain to even try to comprehend. Yeah. All of them have distinctive shapes that stimulate the imagination. Did you Vigigam stimulate my imagination quite enough there, ma'am? Now then, Durgan-san, take a look at these graphs. Man, I'd love to develop games, but you know what's keeping me afraid? I know there's a lot of math and logic stuff required in coding and all of that. I just think I couldn't do that part of development. But as far as other supplemental parts of development, especially the writing parts and the creative process of, you know, how to design the actual elements, as long as I might actually be able to learn coding and stuff. And I have a passion for games enough that I might just sit down and see what I can do with that. But it scares the shit out of me. And I'm 26, and I'm trying to get this off the ground as a career-y thing, and we'll see. We will see. Do you know the name for this graph? Your hint is snails. I think S-car graph would be it. Yes, actually, no. Cochleoid. I'm not sure. Were they called cochleoids? I know, like, an escargot, isn't it a type of snail? I know the word escargot is related to snails, but no, escargot isn't it like a food made of snails or something? I don't remember. Cochleoid.
This is it.
Apparently.
Precisely.
That's correct. Don't you think that it looks a bit like a snail's shell? Yeah, it does. Neato. There are many other graphs with amusing names. For example, a devil's curve is called that because it looks like a Chinese yo-yo called the Diabolo. There's nothing particularly diabolical about it otherwise. Wow, really? Durgan-kun seems kind of smart, doesn't he?
Nice going!
Oh yeah, that's right. The same thing everyone says always, especially Morgana. Every time I answer a question right, I get them all right. Of course I'm really smart, people. I get them all right all the time. Like, why are you surprised about it every day? What the fuck? Anyway. Some people may think of math as an enemy, like a devil. Raise his hand, though. There's research that suggests that people who excel at math have higher incomes. Well, thankfully, I don't give a fuck about money, and I think your life should not be about money. Granted, I'm pretty damn privileged. Not just because I'm a white male, but also because of the fact that I'm still living with my parents, and my parents are pretty okay as far as financial goes, and I don't have to worry about money. I'm now working on pursuing my passions, and I can do that without, you know, and mostly I'm just learning computer stuff and putting stuff out on the internet, seeing what might gain traction. And I'm able to do that freely, and just do what I love freely, gaming, writing, etc. Because I thankfully have the platform that I can launch off of, instead of having to make a living before I can start doing that, you know. So I'm very grateful for that. And I think that because of that, I will be able to uniquely add a lot of value to the world in my own way, because I was able to focus so much on how I can add value that is intrinsic to me. And also, that's so important to me because I've never been able to put forth the effort to something that I don't care about as much as most people seem to be able to. It's probably just the fact that I have severe ADHD. And I refuse to take the medication because it destroys my creativity, the absolute best skill that I have, and also makes me feel like shit. So I will never take ADHD meds again. Anyway, random tangent number 44 billion over for at least the next 5 seconds, I promise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I wanted to make sure. In fact, I'm pretty sure I didn't count those seconds right either, because I have a weird problem with, like, counting time. I can't really ever get it right. If I sat down and really, you know, looked at a clock, it's like, okay, I might be able to get the cadence down, but most people seem to be able to count seconds better than I can naturally. There's a lot of stuff like that, too. Anyway, if you're shooting for a high salary, sometimes you need to be willing to fight demons. Yeah, honestly, I feel like fighting demons would be easier than trying to understand graphs like that. That's the thing, is that I think, honestly, this game's kind of trudging into territory that's a little bit, you know, there's a lot of, like, values around making money. Of course they exist for a reason, but I just think that, and you know, like, that being what most people are focusing on. And see, yeah, okay, cool. If you want a high salary, that's great. If you want to aim to have a lot of money, that's great. But I've never gotten it. I've always wanted to aim for creative achievement. That's all I've wanted to aim for. Ever. I don't get the my primary goal is more money thing. Where does that come from? Like, why do so many people focus on that? That money is a tool to make the things happen you want to happen. It's not hoarding it like so many people seem to do, and saving it and just being able to say, oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. Like, that doesn't do anything for you. Maybe it gives you feelings of security or something, or, you know, maybe you end up buying a lot of flashy stuff with it to show off to people. That's the other thing I don't get. Because I'd much rather spend it on tools and games and software and, you know, necessities and food and maybe travel and that kind of a thing. Stuff, you know, that I can use for things that I actually want to pursue, rather than, oh, I have fancy new bleh. I don't know, man. Anywho, things Dergy does not understand about the world number of 55 billion or whatever.
Oh, Senpai!
Hello, Kasumi. You're a beanie bean. Hello.
There's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Is it the fact that you're fucking adorable?
You for lunch?
By the way, voice actress just kudos. She's so adorable and fits the role so perfectly. By the way, I'm definitely romancing Kasumi in a future playthrough, for certain. What is it?
Let's discuss that elsewhere. What say we head to the roof?
I don't remember what the scene is about, or if I've even really paid
rather
attention
cold,
to it
isn't
before. But I'm missing a lot of details I felt like I might in the past have remembered. But I know it's probably at least partly because with Royal, my first, like, Royal playthrough that I never finished, I skipped through a lot of the dialogue because I just wanted to get to the last semester. I ended up skipping a lot of the new dialogue because of that, including stuff like this. A lot of the Kasumi stuff I skipped, and I feel weird about that, but I'm fixing it now. A painful attention to her beaniness. It is indeed.
Sorry
By the way, it
here.
looks like she's...
This is
something
I
think that's just
really bring
much.
up around other people.
I thought she shared stuff with us, but that's probably just what we have. It looks like just bread, but hey, bread's awesome.
Senpai, are you still planning to continue on as the Phantom Thieves?
Yeah, I should have figured it was something like this, because that's the huge theme arc of her character, other than all the gymnastics stuff and the weight on her shoulders and everything, and whatever the heck the palace is about. It seems to be her sister's palace, or something like that. What do you mean?
Lately, I haven't been hearing any positive gossip about the Phantom Thieves. Despite how much people cheered on your cause, even though they knew nothing about you or your friends, all they do now is speak ill of the Phantom Thieves. I know it's not my place to say this, considering I turned down your offer to join and all, but this change in attitude is simply awful.
Indeed it is.
They're doing the exact same thing to you all that they did to me.
Yee.
Yet you're still going to keep at it? Why, Senpai?
Why are you still doing gymnastics? I think that's a good parallel. There's unfinished business.
Unfinished business? So, there's something left you have to do.
Yeah. But don't worry about us. There isn't even a 1 in a million chance that my Phantom Thieves could ever lose.
I see. Well, I won't stop you. However, could I ask a favor? Or rather, could you promise me something? Once things settle down, I'd like you to join me somewhere so we can go have some fun together.
Aw. I promise.
Then it's a deal.
Aw, she's a bean.
I'm already beginning to look forward to it, so please be careful out there. Oh, but I plan to keep my other promise I made with you about the physical training tomorrow. Is that too sudden? Maybe we should train the day after tomorrow then?
There she goes.
But that day's when...
Another day works better.
see. Oh, I haven't eaten yet!
Oof, Kasumi hug.
Come on, Senpai. You need to eat too. No one wins a fight on an empty stomach, you know.
She's so cute.
Hey,
But they really do really hardly shoehorn her in here, and I think they do a good job of it, but it's jarring, and it also makes Haru's frankly less characterization worse. It's a problem that it's a common phenomenon that I really enjoy watching this guy named Twitch streamer. He mostly does basically long form reviews of games where he plays through it and analyzes and discusses, and I think he's really good at discussing story angles. Really good at it. And providing a lot of insights as to those, because he's been observing games like this for a long time, right? He talks a lot about... He has a lot of just what he calls loriums, which are just terms that he uses to describe a specific phenomenon that's recurring, that recurs in fiction often. It's kind of his own version of tropes, I'd say. His own tropes that he's come up with, more or less. And one of them is... Last party member syndrome is, I think, how I know it. Yeah, that's how he refers to it. Last party member syndrome, and that's what Haru has. In fact, in his Persona 5, what did he call it exactly? I want to call it a lore run, but that's really wrong. A lore run is a different thing that he can't really do anymore, because a lore run is a very in-depth thing on something he already knows well. Has a lot of lore that covers. It's not Persona. He's actually not a huge fan of Atlas games, but I still really loved his Persona 5. Actually, did a playthrough of Persona 5 Royal, and I ended up watching a good bit of it. And he did discuss a lot there about Haru having what he calls last character syndrome. And that's just basically, she's, in this case, Haru is the last party member you get, and she feels less developed because of that. And also, romancing Haru feels awkward to even me, but definitely to Laura it felt weird that she was a romance option, because, especially because, this story seems to want to get you to marry her. Her arc is, at some point she brings up, maybe we can get married. And it's okay, she's the last girl you meet in the entire game and pretty far into the game, and marriage is literally on the table already, where it isn't as far as these other girls are concerned. Except, there's a really cute thing that Makoto says. I don't think this is in 5 either, so I'm really there are scenes like this. But there's a really cute thing that Makoto says at the dance scene earlier in this game, and I just loved going through that, where, she says something basically that our husband should have been, her sister says that, my husband should be someone like that, my future husband, and my Akira's oh yeah, I'm putting a ring on her. Because basically that's the moment he decided, and that's in my headcanon, that's the moment he decided that he will marry her someday. Anyway, how many days left till we send the calling card? One last day. Well, make sure you're ready for it. Well, I'll try my best. All right, friend.
I'll just add this.
What are we doing, Putty, this afternoon? Okay, so yeah, Makoto is available. Haru is not. Yeah, date with my girlfriend. It's too... Yes, date with my girlfriend. And frankly, let's be honest here, for the rest of the game, I'm more inclined to copy than care much about other... Honestly, I'm just gonna wrap up my party members. I'm gonna wrap up... Actually, wait, Futaba might be available. Yeah. But, see, I've been checking for Makoto for so long. Here's what I'm gonna do. In order to make sure I can hopefully finish Futaba, too, I hope so, of course. And Haru. And the other things I've got. I really just, I want to just go ahead. I've been, you know, if you've watched any length of any of this series, and thank you very much for that, you've probably heard me several fucking times, many, like, pretty much, and per episode, as long as we're not going through a dungeon, as long as we're going through the daily life stuff, my brain, I'm constantly going, like, maybe we should do this, maybe we should do that, maybe we should do this. I'm constantly flip-flop, flip-flop, flip-flop. I think I'm just going to set a hard... It's towards the end of the game. I'm not going to do any other combos. None others. I'm going to max out what I've got, and then just coffee, 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 curry, curry, coffee, curry, coffee, curry, coffee. Hang out with Makoto, because she's my girlfriend. So, that's something. Alright, and, you know, max social links and stuff, that's for later. This is literally just because I want to enjoy the game the way I want to enjoy it. For y'all, too. And practice my ability to be a Let's Player, a commentator. Just because I love this game a lot, and it's a good game for me to just kind of chill and play and talk about. So yeah, alright. Da da da. What's up, Makoto? How you doing, babe? Yeah. Hey, I don't have any reason to go see Calvary. Oh wait, whoops! I keep doing it. Like, okay, you can literally be facing her. The student. Oh, that's a design flaw. Like the door should be like over there in that case. Anyway, or like maybe they could do something to make the door's hitbox not so odd. Or have something to do more with what you're facing than what you're in front of, but it doesn't make sense. I'm in front of the door and not her this way, so I guess the way the game is designed, it expects you to be in front of whatever you're trying to activate. That makes sense. Anyway.
Well...
All we can do now is wait until the designated day of the heist. Sis, hug. Makoto, hug. No, I shouldn't stop worrying about it. Huggy, it's okay. We'll have a nice, cute date and get your mind all off of it. Of course we could be together. I could love her. Ah, my Durgan heart. It warms every time. Feeling a bit closer with her. Scotty. Hang out with Makoto. Oh yeah, also, if she wants to go to the book town, because we just got that. Let's see.
Yes.
And also, I tested the other option she has, the broaden our views option. It's literally just like generic spend time, so I won't be doing that because there's no point in doing any of that. And also, like the hangouts are just more fun because they're varied and interesting and actually have characterization in them. So yeah, any kind of nuanced characterization is there. It isn't in the generic spend times because they're generic. So I'm assuming it'd be nice, perhaps a place I've never been to before. So, got Harajuku. That's actually grayed out. Yeah, okay, we've been, let's see, is that Booktown or not available? Let's see, Harajuku, I don't remember what that is. Okay, Kuba, that's the ramen shop. Suidabashi, that's the park, right? Tsukishima, that's another restaurant it looks like. And it looks like the Booktown is actually not... What was that place called? It was Jimbocho, I think. Oh well, so I guess that's not an option with her. I don't know who it is an option with then, but we'll see. So, let's actually just go to Suidabashi, maybe? Yeah, let's go to Suidabashi. That's what Hometown is, right? Let's go to a theme park with the girlfriend. Another kind of quintessential date. Hometown, I've heard of it. This will be my first time going there. You can lead the way. Heck you. This place really has everything. You can eat, go on rides, even stay the night. So would you like to stay the night here with me, Makoto? No matter if you're a man or woman, young or old, coming here has to be a supreme stress relief. I can understand why so many people chose to come now. Let's go ride something.
Yes.
I agree. That's the essential experience of coming here, so it's a great start. Although, I'm actually a little nervous. It's okay, I'll be here. Oh, I love it. Today, well, from other people's perspective, this could be called a date. And of course, that's exactly my intention, babe. Come on, we're literally dating. Alright, let's go. She's so cute. Listen, Makoto, no need to be nervous, we're dating, okay? I know people are gonna be nervous about this kind of thing a lot anyway, and hell, I would be if I was in her situation, but Huggy, you know what I mean? I would try my best to not be so nervous, knowing that, you know, being with someone like this. Oh, I never knew roller coasters with that amazing when he's just still shaking. She's cute. I love roller coasters, by the way. I actually used to be supremely afraid of them, but I fucking love them as of recent. I can't quite put it into words, but I think I understand the appeal of thrill rides now. Oh, they're thrilling. It's in the name. I do wonder why anyone thought of making such scary attractions in the first place, though. That is a good question. Huh. People sure are bizarre, yes, absolutely, but that's part of what makes life interesting and wonderful and cool and awesome and great. And I would choose to believe that that is the case, and if that makes me naive or too positive or toxically positive, then fuck you and go about your life and try to turn your attitude around because it's gonna help you. That's all I've got to say about that. They gave me this souvenir. I don't really know much about baseball, though, to be honest. Do you like this one? Here, you can have it. Now, because Mike here is a snitch of me, I'm gonna say that he has no fucking interest in sports, because I am a nerd through and through and through and through. My only real interests are nerdy ones, so, yeah. G Nyant doll? Probably I'm guessing a cat mascot for a baseball team. Cute. I have a special bond with Makoto. Yeah, oh, that's right, I have something Makoto might like. Do I? Because I know I've already given her that. What else might she like? Traditional lady. I feel like that'd be more maybe Haru? Who would that be for? I don't feel like she's very traditional, but I feel like she fashion conscious. I don't think Makoto really is. I think that would be for On. Sweet Tooth, I don't think she is. I think Sweet Tooth would probably be Futaba? Maybe Haru? Is Makoto's secret suit? I don't remember. Do I try to not, or do I just go ahead and start giving things, because frankly I'm not going to give gifts to anyone else anyway? Yeah. Because, you know, like, I've got to max out, we're doing this because, you know, we're dating because we're dating, you know what I mean? Like, going somewhere with our girlfriend, because I like to roleplay these games because you can. There. Sakura fan. Let's see how she responds to that. Okay, she doesn't like it very much, but good to know. Good to know. Ho ho, Makoto hug. I'm sorry for the gift that you didn't like very much. Heck you, friends, I like
Shall we return home?
to smoke marijuana, but I don't. Don't actually. I probably should not smoke marijuana. I'm already paranoid enough as it is. Okay. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I get excitable though. It's weird. I hear very conflicting things. I think it's just different strains though. So anyway, tomorrow's the day. I hear very conflicting things, meaning I've heard it mellows you out. I've heard it makes you paranoid. I'm guessing it's strains and also just body chemistry. I'm guessing that's the reason why. You know, I know there's a lot of strains, and I know they do different things. They must do vastly different things to some degree or another. It's very interesting. When you send that calling card, there's no turning back. Make sure you finish preparation tonight. We'll do. Oh boy. Well, let's make darn certain that I got. Oh, first of all, Tai Vai. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be even entertaining going and doing stuff with people. I actually might literally just like stop caring. I literally might just stop caring altogether about confidants. I kind of want to. I kind of want to just final stretch the game now. Like just SP items out the butt and like tools if I need to, and then dungeon. I don't know. We'll see. And like, you know, other dungeon-y stuff like clothes, of course, and that kind of thing. But about it. The House of Representatives, all these parties have begun preparing for the next election. Topics of safety, particularly how to deal with the Phantom Thieves, are receiving a lot of attention. Key to winning the election will likely be how the parties address this challenge.
I can't forgive
They're
them.
just using us as scapegoats. They really do whatever serves their interests. Yeah, politicians do that because their interests are more power. And, you know, playing to what the people are concerned about is kind of part of their job, I would say. Not even kinda, it's probably one of the biggest parts of their job. Regardless if they actually are concerned about it, which I bet 9 times out of 10, a lot of times they may not be. At least on a real personal level, although I don't know, who knows. Other than, of course, the politicians themselves, but anyway.
Okay.
We got it. We're sending calling card on the 18th. It's almost time. Yep, it's tomorrow. Oh, I say that. Yeah, that's right. Literally tomorrow, but it's kind of interesting because days until the investigation 3, but we're sending it, you know. It's weird how we're doing this. It's very strange. Because usually it's like right up until the deadline. But we're not doing that this time, but we're also like almost literally being forced to go through the deadline. It's a very interesting thing. We're being forced to 2 days before the deadline do the thing, instead of not being forced at all and then just, you know, it just counts down to the last day. It's very interesting.
I should write something.
And I really wonder why, and I'll try to, like, as I go through it again, think about why they designed it that way, because it's very odd to me, and inconsistent with the rest of the game. Not a bad thing, I just find it very intriguing that they did it that way. What do you do? Oh yeah, that's right, we can see, no, I think I'm broke as a joke though, so I'm not gonna try even shady commoditiesing. There we go. Let's make some tools. Do I have lockpick? I have 11. Yeah.
What's up?
Yo, 11's gonna be enough, I think. For at least the first excursion. And if it isn't enough for the chests, then I will literally just leave and get some more and come back and do the rest of the dungeon. Is my plan there. But yeah, coffee, well, curry if possible, but I highly doubt that, because it's never going to be the day after you already made curry, right? Yeah, didn't think so! Eh. Eh.
Hey!
It does seem to go on, you make it, and then for a few days you can't, or maybe there's just certain days you can. I'm not sure which it is. Are you gonna try to make some coffee? Heck yeah.
Make sure your clothes up.
Let's make some Durgan coffee. Heck yeah, friends, we'll smell good coffee. So does the Durgan. Delicious.
Yes! Alright.
We're going to make it look delicious. Yes, it is. Master coffee. Looks like just some charms from Alfie. Heck yeah, it be more. Heck yeah, it be kitty. And then we're gonna claw my face, because he's like, God damn it, I'm not a cat. We just clawed my face. That's a very cat thing to do, but ow. But like, still, it's like a very cattish, ow. Ah, anyway.
Well then.
We should rest now. Big day tomorrow. Well, yeah, in this case, you're really right about that. I have made fun of you for saying every day is a big day, but in this case, it is a big day.